welcome back. I am running you through kind of like a 50-50 mix. Initially, I was going to do some products that have just been sitting back in my collection that I kind of forgot about. But also, I have several that are new that I really wanted to try on camera. So I thought we would do a 50-50 mix of both of those. So I have some newbies, some things that I'm really excited to share quick first impressions on, and then some that truly were just tucked away and forgotten about. So I went ahead and did the look. This is the look, terracotta vibes happening. Let's go ahead and start. Okay, we are starting out with L'Oreal Lumi Glotion. So this is not necessarily a product I have forgotten about. It is a product that I switch in and out of my daily makeup bag. So it's not always in my makeup bag. And I just feel like I don't use it in videos often because I'll prep my skin before I start my videos. So this is what I like to use as primer sometimes. I'll also wear this by itself on some days and just apply a little bit of concealer, and you can see it gives your skin a little bit of color, but also a lot of glow happening. So I've had this product for months and apparently it went viral and sold out. I haven't even looked to see if it's back in stock. I literally just saw a video talking about how long this product had been sold out for, and it's just been sitting in my collection mainly because the shade I have is a little bit too light for me, but it's the Tower 28 Sunny Days Tint and Moisturizer. So especially on TikTok, this got really hyped up and I guess got super popular. What I'm gonna do is just put some on the back of my hand, and then what I think I'm gonna do to make it a little bit more appropriate for my skin tone is just do a small pump of the Drunk Elephant De-Bronzy Serum, because I mean, you can even tell just with it on the back of my hand right now, it's just slightly too light for me. I will be completely honest and say I just don't remember a ton about this. I truly remember using this a couple times, deciding the shade was not a great match for me, and then kind of moving on to other things that I was trying at the time. But it does appear to be, a pretty skin-like natural tinted moisturizer. It does have SPF in it. I have thoroughly been enjoying the Tower 28 brand though. I'm going to use a couple other things in this video, I think, that are actually new. I freaking love these Drunk Elephant drops. They are seriously such a lifesaver for the times when I pick out the wrong foundation shade, and that's been happening a lot lately. I have either been spot on in my matches or just totally off. So this product just, I hate returning things. 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to return a product that I bought. Even if it's completely the wrong shade, I try to work with it. I try to find something that works with it, at least when it comes to makeup. Now clothes, I have no problem. Makeup, barely ever return it. So yeah, this is very pretty. I'm actually very surprised at how buildable it was. I feel like I have a solid light to light medium coverage, and I did about 2 separate applications. So yeah, I'm kind of surprised by this because I was expecting a little less coverage. NYX Bear With Me Serum. I love this concealer, and I'm ashamed to say that I've just been negligent and it just kind of got pushed back in my concealer drawer and I've not been using it enough. So we're going to use it today. I'm just going to use a few little dots here. I'm going to put a little bit of this Lila B tinted lip oil. This is a new shade I got during the Sephora sale, but I've had some older shades tucked away for a really long time, and I knew I loved the formula on those, but again, it's just one of those things that got tucked away, kind of forgot about it. But this is the shade Be Sincere, and it's gorgeous. This lip formula is amazing. It's super creamy and lightweight feeling on the lips, but surprisingly has some good lasting power to it despite it being glossy. So if these have never been on your radar, 10 out of 10 would recommend. I had to re-slick my hair because it was not passing the vibe check for me. So moving on. Fenty, you know what? I have not used my Fenty matchsticks in a long time. I saw that some of these were getting discontinued. I don't think the bronzers are. I have the shade Mocha. It's a little bit of a warmer tone. I better warm it up on the back of my hand. These do dry out if you're not careful. I'm also using a sponge for the majority of my application today. I get on this kick where I will not use a sponge for months. Like, it does not matter what product it is. Even sometimes if I know it's a product that works better with a sponge, I just get lazy and I refuse to use my sponge. And then I'll have these really just quick moments of bliss where I want to use a sponge nonstop, and I'll go an entire month without picking up a brush. And I'm kind of in one of those sprees right now. You know, my one and only is Real Techniques Face and Body Sponge. This one's not even really wet right now, so it's not to its full potential. Normally it's like half the size of my face. I said I was going to do it, and I did it. I finally picked up a couple of new shades in the Rare Beauty blushes. So the one I have been using for the past couple years is the shade, I think it's called Bliss. And I got Grace and Joy during the sale. We're going to use Joy today because I think it matches my shirt a little bit more. Like I said, this isn't all forgotten products. Some of these are new. The shade Grace that I got, it's one of the matte formulas. It is so pigmented. I think I used it in my last video and my face was blushed to the high heavens. I could not get it toned down. So I'm going to be very careful with this. I feel like the dewy formulas are a little bit more sheer. No, she is still very much pigmented. Alrighty. Gosh, you have to be so careful with these. I mean, they are stunning and I love the formula. I guess I didn't have to be as careful with my last shade because it was one of the lighter ones, but Grace and Joy, they are bright. I wanted Hope and Courage, and I had them in my cart, and of course I fumbled around and waited to place my order, and they sold out. So honestly, these were kind of like backup default shades, but I like them. They're pretty. I definitely did have shades like Hope and Courage in my collection, so these were kind of like my fun alternatives. So I'm really pleased with this like luminous formula because I've avoided purchasing these because generally in a liquid blush, I do prefer a little bit more of a matte finish. But these are not like overly glowy. They still have the pigment in them. They don't look ultra wet on the cheeks, which I like. So I ordered the Rare Beauty Soft Focus powder during the sale, and honestly, I've only used it like one time. I don't love the packaging on this because you have to remember to close the little spout here or your powder is going to go everywhere. Don't love that for me because I'm very forgetful, but we'll try to work with it. You know what I've been doing, and a lot of you are going to be like, who are you? I have these little mini sponges from Beauty Pie, and they're super soft and bouncy, but I've been just Target applying my powder, not really baking per se, but just doing some little tap action here. And I've really been enjoying it. I also picked up the Givenchy Prisma Libre powder, and I've been testing that out in my daily makeup collection. And this is how I've been applying it. And I have to say, it looks super smooth. But I wanted to give the Rare Beauty one a try today. Because I've not really tried it. I think I've tried it once. I'm going to take a little bit of the e.l.f. Jelly Pop highlighting stick. This is actually very pretty. And it's so nostalgic to me. It smells like the 90s. And I can't pinpoint it. It's something from my childhood. It's watermelon. But I can't 100%. Maybe like something from Bath and Body Works. Maybe like cucumber melon vibes. I don't know. Super nostalgic. But this highlighter is very underrated. It is ultra like hyper realistic, which we know. Anytime I throw out hyper realistic in a product, I want you to know that that is like top tier for me. That's like a word that I use when something just looks immaculate on the skin. And this little highlighter situation here, like I said, don't know why. It's one of those that I just kind of keep tucked away. Because truthfully, on a daily basis, I don't wear highlighter. But anytime I am going all out, anytime I'm going to be on camera, going to be, you know, photographed, I'm going to apply something. And this one is a great, affordable option. Okay, I'm going to show you how I have been doing my brows, an updated brow routine, if you will. The first thing I have to do is put some type of powder on my brows because I'm using the Urban Decay brow blade. I'm using the little felt tip pen in here, and you have to have like completely dry eyebrows, nothing wet, nothing that has any type of moisture on it, or it will not work. So basically I just take the felt tip side, and you see this part of my brow where basically they're really thick, like in this portion, but then they thin out on the tail end and then the front end. I basically just fill the front and tail portion in. Otherwise, I would just have to like completely tweeze this off and go back to the 90s brow trend, which I'm just not ready to commit to. So yeah, I basically just fill in this lower portion throughout here. And to me, it gives one of the most like realistic appearances. But that's pretty much it. And I just find that it's really delicate. It gives a super delicate look. And the last thing I do is just kind of set my brows in place. I've been using the Refi brow gel. I'm not going to go back to it. It just gets too clumpy. Do you see how clumpy it is on the end of this brush? It's not my favorite. I just have to constantly wipe it when I use it. So honestly, NYX Control Freak Brow Gel, I would pick that one 10 times over this Refi one. I do want to try the Refi lip liners though. They look really cool. Okay, I bought the Charlotte Tilbury Bigger Brighter Exaggereyes palette back when Beautiful Skin launched, and I've worn it a couple times in videos, but I've never actually used it on camera. And I noticed that each time I wear it in a video, I'll get asked what's on my eyes. So it is the Charlotte Tilbury Exaggereyes palette. Hate to say it, but there are definitely shadows out there or palettes or something in your collection that probably look very similar to this. I am going to apply this how Charlotte Tilbury does in her videos. You know, she kind of goes like the 1, 2, 3, 4 step, and then this little shimmery guy here is the pop that you place on top. So we're gonna prep or prime with the champagne tone here, and I just take that all over my lid. This is the enlarged color. It's meant to go into your crease. Even though it is shimmery, I don't focus a ton of it in my crease. I actually just focus most of it on the outer portion, and then I'll pop like whatever's left over in my crease. I will say this palette runs pretty light, so if you have a medium to tan complexion and up, it's probably going to look super light. Like most of these shades would probably be more of like a highlighter tone on you, so I would caution. And then I'm going to take the Define shade and I'm going to use that mainly along my lash line. It's not very dark at all. It's really not much darker from the enlarged color. So I just kind of nestle it. Then we're going to take our pop color and just pop that all over the lid. I'm going to use the Urban Decay Wild Greens mascara with this. This is actually a really good mascara. I've been trying to use up the last of my Honest Beauty mascara. It's kind of on its last leg, and this is the one that's next in running. I've really been enjoying it the times that I have used it. I want to do a sheer lip, so I'm going to take the Tower 28 lip gloss in the shade Almond. Look at it. It's like literally the same color as my shirt, and I just want to do kind of like taupe clear lip vibes. Okay, we're done. It was a pleasure getting some of these products back out, as well as showing you some newbies in my collection. I feel like we ended up with a nice neutral, natural terracotta vibe happening here. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I based everything off my shirt today. I hope you all enjoyed seeing some of these products in action. Let me know if any of these are in your collection, if they're staples, if they were hits, if they were misses, because, you know, these are scrambled. These are scrambled items. Some of them were new, some of them were just pushed back, forgotten of, and now they've emerged for their spring comeback. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.